Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. Appreciate taking time out of y'all's busy schedule, stop in and see what it is I'm up to. Today is Monday, the 30th of March 2020, and we are 17 days, 18 days into the self-isolation quarantine thing going on here because of the COVID-19. At least that's where I'm at here in Jacksonville. Other people have been in it longer, some shorter. It's a mess. It really is. But anyway, this is one of those questionnaire things that float around on Facebook, and I thought I would go ahead and do this because I'm bored. Yeah. So anyway, it says 50 things you've never been asked. Well, some of them I have been, some of them I haven't. But let's get started. So, number one. What is the color of your hairbrush? Well, I've actually got a couple, but this one's purple. Let's see what the other one is. There we go. I don't know. Is that pink or purple? Maybe pink. I don't know. It looked purple when I bought it. Name a food you never eat. Oh, excuse me. Mushrooms. There's a few others. There's like cilantro. As much as I love Mexican food, cilantro tastes like soap, so I don't eat it. I don't like the taste of chickpeas. So hummus is out. I'm not crazy about avocado. There's a couple of them. So number three, are you typically too warm or too cold? Too warm. I mean, I live in Florida, so that's pretty much a given. I don't do cold because of my metal parts and whatever. It does get cold down here in Florida, down into the 30s sometimes. But you can dress to stay warm, put on heavy socks or, a sweatshirt and sweatpants or whatever. And it's a whole lot easier to stay warm than it is to stay cold, but stay cool. Like I said, I'm in Florida. It's 90 something outside today, and so I got the air conditioner going, I got a fan blowing, and I'm not going outside until the temperature starts going down. What were you doing 45 minutes ago? Making and eating lunch. Number five, what's your favorite candy bar? I think the one that I would grab mostly is Three Musketeers, unless you consider Reese's a candy bar. I consider that a peanut butter cup. So, have you ever been to a professional sports event? Yes, NASCAR. That's about it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been to a ball sport. I'm not into ball sports. So, what is the last thing you said out loud? That's question number 7. See you, kids. My oldest grandson and his girlfriend brought over a bunch of plants from my daughter's house because they're getting ready to get their house on the market. So, what is your favorite ice cream? Ice cream. The favorite. Soft serve, and from there we'll go even a little bit further. There's a place in town. It's a small mom and pop type joint, and they do triple fat soft serve ice cream. And oh my God, and you get like their small cup is like that big. It's humongous. It's just You eat that and you're ready to take a nap. What was the last thing you had to drink? Sweet tea. Slancha. Do you like your wallet? Yes, I made my wallet. So yes, I do like it. What was the last thing you ate? Lunch. I made a lunch meat and cheese sandwich on rye, and I had it with chips, potato chips, salt and vinegar potato chips, and pickles and olives. Did you buy any new clothes last weekend? No. The last sporting event you watched? I really don't remember. It was probably a race, and that was last year sometime. So, what is your favorite flavor of popcorn? I am not a super big fan of popcorn. I never really have been. Although if it is drenched in butter, I mean, when you go to the movies, I will pay extra for you to just keep pumping that handle of butter until it's running out the bottom. I did have a thing of super spicy popcorn. Sue and Miss Gray sent me, and that was really good. That really was. So, but with my dental condition, popcorn is not a real good food to eat. But anyway, who is the last person you sent a text message to? My oldest daughter. 16. Ever go camping? Yes. I wish I could go camping right now, but everything's closed. I mean, seriously, everything is closed. So, do you take vitamins? Yes, I take a whole handful of things in the morning. Medications, prescribed medications, and then extra vitamin C and vitamin D and potassium, and I take a honey pill, and yeah. Do you worship every Sunday? No. Do you have a tan? I live in Florida, but no, I don't really have a tan. I mean, I am out in the sun quite a bit, so I'm not really fish belly white, but I don't really have a tan either. Do you prefer Chinese food over pizza? I prefer quite a few things over my pizza. That's not what they mean, though. No, I don't. I wouldn't choose Chinese food over pizza. I would put Chinese food on my pizza. Quite a few different Chinese foods I think would go really good on pizza. Do you drink your soda with a straw? Yes. Usually. I should say usually. If it's in a bottle, probably not. But generally, if it's in a cup, I'll use a straw. What color socks do you usually wear? I really only wear black socks, and only when I go to funerals or weddings. For the most part, I don't wear socks unless it's really cold. Then I've got several colors of hunting socks, which are different. You know, I've got gray and green. Excuse me, I think there's a brown pair. But there's a real heavy duty wool socks, and I wear them more as slippers than actually as socks. Do you ever drive above the speed limit? Question number 24. What terrifies you? One of my kids or grandbrats dying. I mean, that's, sorry, that's what terrifies me. I'm always worried about that. Look to your left and what do you see? Depends on how far left. Basically my kitchen. I mean, my cup is like right there to my left. But what chores do you hate? All of them? I mean, seriously, I don't like doing dishes. I do them, but I don't like doing them. I don't like sweeping and mopping, but, it needs to be done. I don't mind doing the wash. I hate folding the wash. I don't fold my wash. I roll most of the stuff up. My towels get rolled up. They get folded a little bit, and then they get rolled up. Most of my clothes get rolled up. What do you think of when you hear an Australian accent? I don't know. Probably Crocodile Dundee. I'm not really that just differential, maybe, I don't know, with an accent. So an Australian accent, English accent, they're all similar to me. Um, I don't know. I can pick out a Scottish accent over an Australian one, I think. Let's see. What's your favorite soda? Probably a Coca-Cola, cherry Coke. Yeah. Do you go in a fast food place or just hit the drive-through? Usually, I hit the drive-through. I mean, it really all depends. If I've been driving, excuse me. If I've been driving for a while and I want a different place to sit, I'll go in. Or some days it's just super hot and you don't really feel like eating in the car or in the truck, so I'll go in. But generally, I'll hit the drive-through. What is your favorite number? I wrote down on here, I never thought about it, and I really haven't. It's never been something that I've really considered, so I really don't know. Who's the last person you talked to? My oldest grandbrat and his girlfriend. My daughter is getting her house ready to go on the market, and a bunch of plants that I had that I couldn't take to my last place ended up at her house, and now they're ended up back over at my house, and they need a lot of work. Favorite cut of beef? I wrote down ground. Ground or very thinly sliced, like for a cheesesteak, like a very thinly sliced ribeye. Usually ground though. So, last song you listened to, Sir Elton John's "The Bitch Is Back," because it popped in my head when my grandson and his girlfriend brought the plants over. They came over with my daughter's Suburban, the big black Suburban, and it seemed like as the vehicle was pulling in the driveway and through the park, everybody was noticing, that her truck was here in the neighborhood, and it just popped in my head. Everybody's thinking the bitch is back. So, and yes, I use that as a term of endearment. Don't get all healthy and bent out of shape. So I came in and I popped it up and I listened to it. So, yeah. Last book you read. Last book you read. There's one of them words in English, depending on how you say it. I mean, yeah. The last book I read. I just finished up a Patricia Cornwell book that I bought several days ago. And I'm reading one of the Cherries books that I bought. So I also finished the Clive Cussler book. Favorite day of the week? I'm going to go with two, Monday and Thursday. And that's because on Monday, I go to my youngest daughter's for dinner with the G-Brat. And on Thursday, I go to my oldest daughter's for dinner with her 5 boys. And yeah, so the favorite days of the week will be Monday and Thursday. I don't get to go to my son's house and have dinner with my granddaughters very often because he's a workaholic. It's just, that's the way it is. Can you say the alphabet backwards? If I wrote it down first, yeah, I probably could. But just to do it from memory, How do you like your coffee? I've talked about this a few times. Black is cold, strong as titanium, and slightly sweet. Favorite pair of shoes? This seems like a question for a woman. I don't know. I've got like 2 pairs of shoes that I wear. One I wear when I go out, get in the truck and go somewhere. The other pair, I call them my frog shoes. They're basically a pair of camouflage Crocs, and I wear them when I go out of the house and work around in the yard. So, are they my favorite? They're my only. So, yeah, I guess. Time you normally go to bed. I've been trying to go to bed at 11:30 on a regular basis. Excuse me. I turn the light off about 1 a.m. It's been working fairly well for me. What time do you get up? 8:30-ish, I guess. It really depends. Some days I sleep a little bit later than others. But do you prefer sunrise or sunset? I'm usually not up in time for the sunrise. We do have some gorgeous sunrises here in Florida, if you're up in time to go see them. We have some fantastic sunsets, and I'm usually up to see those. So I'm going to go with sunset. How many blankets on your bed? Let's see. Well, I just remade my bed the other day, and I put on 2 blankets and a comforter. So I guess that's 3. Comforter quilt, because I don't take the comforter off at night. It stays on the bed. So, yeah, basically 3. Describe your kitchen plates. Round. I'm taking that. That's what my niece wrote when she did it. She did this question thing. Anyway, I have a couple of clear plates, and then the other ones, if you've been around, you've seen them. A couple of black and a couple of gray plates and bowls and whatever. I got at Dollar Tree because I like that contrast. And yeah, so 44. Do you have a favorite alcoholic drink? I wrote down here Jack Daniels, and that's always been my go-to. Sometimes straight, sometimes mixed. I like it mixed with Coke. I'm not really a heavy drinker. I do have some vodka. Mainly, I'll turn to my homemade wine. And actually, I'm almost out of that. I'm thinking I've got pears. I got pear juice and stuff to make a new wine with. So I may go ahead and do a video of making that up. So, do you play cards? Not really. I used to. I used to play cards quite a bit, but not really. What color is your car? Blue. Can you change a tire? I think this one seems to be on a lot of these questionnaires. Yes, I can. My favorite state. It's I'm going to go with Florida. Because it's where I'm at. I love Florida. If I didn't, I'd go somewhere else, I think. But yeah, I really love Florida. There's other places out there that are really gorgeous, but yeah, year round, I can't beat where I'm at right now. The temperatures are, they're generally nice. So even if it's a little bit warm today, it's nice. It'll be really nice this evening. So. Number 49, favorite job you've had. I tried thinking on this one too. I've had a lot of jobs. I've enjoyed most of them. I enjoy landscaping jobs. I enjoy lawn maintenance jobs. I enjoyed working on the ambulance. I enjoy driving jobs. So yeah, most of the jobs that I've had, I've enjoyed most of them. I don't know that I really got a favorite, unless it might be the driving type jobs, because I love to drive. I'll do that now just to, it's what to get away and to relax and just to get out of the house. I'll go out. There's an interstate loop that runs around inside of Jacksonville, inside of Duval County. It's about a 60-mile circle, at interstate speeds, and it's just a nice ride in the evening, especially right now when there's no traffic. It's nice. You have to be careful of your speed, or I have to be careful of my speed. Even the brat buggy, it'll creep up there on me. So, how did you get your biggest scare? This can be taken a couple of different ways. With the haunted house, we had a couple of really good big scares. That's not what they're talking about. My biggest scare, probably two of them. When I had the accident at the racetrack, we're going back 34 or 35 years. I forget how old my youngest daughter is. She was only a couple months old. And the car came into the fence, off the track and into the fence, and everything exploded into the stands. And I had my entire face fractured. My neck was broken. Jaw and everything was like busted all up. And when we got to the hospital, they couldn't stop the bleeding. So blood was just gushing out of my nose and coming out of my mouth. And I mean, I was a paramedic at that point in time. I knew it was bad, you know. So that was a big scare. And then here, 6 years ago, I guess, I was having problems breathing or whatever, and thinking it was, oh, it's just another cold, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, just my bronchitis. And being a stubborn old goat, I kept on doing what I was doing, which it was Halloween, and we had the haunted house going, and, we closed the haunted house down, and I said, I got to go to the hospital. So I went into the hospital, and they came in and they said, well, it looks like you got pneumonia. And then they came back in a little while later and they said, it looks like you got congestive heart failure. And we're going to keep you for a while. And they did. They kept me for almost 16 days. At one point in there, they came in and said that my kidneys were shutting down because of the medication that they had me on or whatever. So, yeah, that was a big scare. They weren't sure if I was going to make it out of the hospital or not. So, yeah, biggest scares. Those are the two biggest ones that I've had at this point. Then again, I had a really bad one though. And I don't remember how long back this was. My son had a really bad accident. And he was pinned under the truck. The truck was laying on his head. That was a really big scare. That one may have been the biggest scare. I don't know. Anyway, that's number 50. That's it. We have run for 23 minutes. Let me know what you think, folks. Should I keep doing these? I've got half a dozen more to go. But yeah, give me a thumbs down or a thumbs up. Leave me a comment wherever it is y'all leave comments on your internet access device of choice. If you'd like to share me around your social media, that'd be fantabulous. You want to check me out on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter? I'll have links in the description box wherever it happens to be on your device of choice. I'll also put links to other videos, similar videos, and you'll find my email, my snail mail, and all that good stuff. So if your loved ones are nearby, give them a kiss and a hug. If they're not, give them a call. Speaking of, I was in the middle of doing this, and my brother called. So I ended up starting back over again. So, yeah. Give him a call. Hit him up on Facebook. Send him a letter. Send him a postcard. Thanks to everyone who sent me letters and postcards for KJ. It made his day. The smile on that kid's face was unbelievable. And he says thank you to everyone as well. And, yeah. So I see y'all again, folks. I hope you have a fantabulous day. Sláinte, y'all. Yeah. Bye-bye.